All right, good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining me. This is Thursday, the 8th day of January, 2026. What is going on in Nigeria? All right, today we'll be looking into a new phase of the extremists and the way they are pushing the Islamization agenda. Now, let me tell you, a lot of people thought that this is all about Christian genocide alone and so many things that we have been seeing and we have been saying right from time. But in Nigeria, it is beyond just Christian genocide. This is total Islamization of Nigeria. Now, they are going beyond Christians, okay? They are going beyond Christians and they are now targeting Africa traditional worshippers. So there are a lot of things that are going on in Nigeria, but people don't want to concentrate in all these things. Like there is a woman, this woman that is wearing white at the corner there. I think she's the reason why a lot of people are just raising alarm. These people raised down her house, they burned her house, they threatened to kill her, and they are doing all sort of things against her. Do you know her crime? She is not a Muslim, and she is living around people who are practicing Sharia. They are telling her, no, Allah is the only person we ought to worship in Nigeria. You don't have right of your own to worship any other god. Now, this lady is not a Christian, she's they call them Isese. It's a Yoruba traditional worshiping religion. So despite that people may not like the religion of that woman, that did not give anybody right to burn your house down because you are worshiping any other person, not the same God Allah that they are worshiping. Now everybody is raising an alarm. I saw so many people posting it on Facebook, and a lot of people are reacting to it. Now this woman is raising an alarm. I did not do anything. They are forcing me to convert to Islam. I can't convert to their own religion. They are trying to kill me because I failed to heed to their cry. They have been visiting her, telling her to convert. They see this woman as a powerful woman in the community, as a woman that is very peaceful, loving, and a lot of people like a powerful woman. So how can this kind of woman be powerful and she's not a Muslim? Do you see the kind of mentality? Look at how they surrounded this lady. They surrounded her. They burned her house. Now, for you to understand the level of this Islamization of Nigeria, there is no security operative that is going to arrest these people. I mean, no security operative at all. Nobody is going to arrest them. Why did you burn this woman houses down? This is just insane. Now the woman was crying out loud here. A lot of people may not understand the language this woman is saying, but I'll just try to explain it a little to you.
ẹ̀yin ọmọ nàìjíríà ẹ gbà mí o, ẹ gbà mí, ẹ ràn mí lọ́wọ́ lérí ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń bẹ ńlẹ̀ yìí o, torí mò ń gbọ́ pé wọ́n ti fi hàn lẹ̀ o. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí ìyà yìí jẹ mí gbé o, ẹ dákun torí ọlọ́run. Mi èé sàrájú ká mi délé èèyàn o, ilé mi náà ti á pè mí lẹ́jọ́ yà á sí ọ̀sẹ̀ nínú oṣù kọkànlá tàṣọ̀sẹ̀ ìnáwó tí mo fẹ́ lè ṣe ọdún Ọ̀ṣun mi tí mo fẹ́ lè ṣe ilé ní ọmọ agbẹ́yangí yẹ̀kínì ló rán ọmọ rẹ sí mi pé wọ́n pè mí ní community o. Mo lè bá nílé agbẹ́yangí, mo bá gbogbo àwọn mẹ́sàn-án náà bá lérí ìjòkó torí mo kà.
All right, you know what? I'm not going to play this video for long because a Yoruba language. A lot of people don't understand Yoruba, apart from people who live in Yoruba land or people who are Yorubas from their origin. Okay. Now, this woman is raising her hand and she's complaining. Now, this is so disheartening. I personally, I am feeling bad for this woman, not because they burned down her house, not because these people are threatening to kill her. That is not the reason why I am feeling so heartbroken about this woman. But I am feeling bad because this woman is not going to get justice. This woman is not going to get justice. Imagine, as you are just staying in your house, people like this surrounded you. The woman is the person wearing white there, as you can see at the corner, opposite the man wearing white. You can see the woman at the corner there. So they surrounded her. Imagine you being in your house. People just surrounded you because you are not worshiping the God they are worshiping. Now, how did we get here? Okay. How did we get here? Everything started when they started registering Nigeria into Islamic corporations, Islamic international bodies, and a lot of people were saying it doesn't matter. Oh, forget, it's just Nigeria belonging to international. But the people who were doing this, they have the agenda. They know the reason why they are doing it. They understand where Nigeria is going. They have another plan. Why they are doing it, they are calling one Nigeria. No, Nigeria have to remain one. Nigeria have to remain one. Why? Because they understand that if partition happens to Nigeria, their agenda will not work out again. Who are you going to Islamize again? Who are you going to convert? Who are you going to conquer? Do you get it? So I really want people to understand that this woman, despite her religion, despite she don't belong to the majority, like Christians, Christianity is totally, let me say, one of the most populated religion in Nigeria, one of the religion with most population. Despite the religion she belong, that they are not many. That is why people are not speaking forth. I want to let you know that what happened to this woman is being targeted to everybody. Now, these people graduated from registering Nigeria into the international Islamic body. They started using extremists like Boko Haram terrorists to start chasing Christians, bombing churches. Now, they were very good minds Muslims who were saying at that time, do not chase Christians, do not kill Christians, do not kill people you call unbelievers. That is not what we are supposed to do. You know what happened? If any imam preach such thing, they will go to his mosque, they will bomb the mosque. You are a Muslim, you stand against these people, they will kill you. And the narrative now is that they are killing everybody. Why are they killing everybody? No, why are they killing everybody? That is the narrative. They are killing everybody. You speak against them, they kill you. In Sokoto State, I have two messages of two places they bomb. What is this man saying? All these bandits, you have to bring them to justice. In Zamfara State, the mosque they bomb. The man said, why are you making peace deal with Bendo Tuji? Bendo Tuji supposed to face, supposed to face his crime. He's supposed to bring him to justice, not negotiating with him. Bello Tuji sent his boys to go and bomb the mosque. Why must you preach against what we are using to advance Islam? What we are using to advance Sharia? This is the kind of mentality these terrorists have. And look at what we have today. Surrounding a woman, a helpless woman. Nobody is there to help her. Burn her house down. And nobody's talking. The law enforcement agencies are not talking. Now, for you to understand that these people have infiltrated the armed forces in the government, if it is one person among them there, that people surrounded, maybe Christians surrounded him, or the religion that this woman is practicing surrounded these people, you know what these people are going to do? They will call police. You will see the military might. You will see the military force. Even some people, some terrorists, you kill them and maybe the military will just come and tell you, Why did you kill them? You say they are terrorists, so they came to kill me. Oh. They will just open fire on you if you are not, if care is not taken. I'm saying it because we have instances, we have proofs of the cases that we have seen. So even fighting the terrorists, you are not even free fighting the terrorists. Up till now, Sunday Jackson have not been released despite they granted him freedom, despite America pressure. Sunday Jackson, who overpowered someone who came to kill him, he was sentenced to death. But look at how they surrounded this woman because she refused that she's not going to join their religion. So these people have graduated from all this using principles of infiltration, principles of peace deal, principles of peace deal. Infiltration also contains giving people money, sending them to Saudi Arabia, giving people money, converting them. Like what they are doing in Southeast now. Most of people I've talked to in the Southeast, despite they have not totally claimed that they were paid to be converted to Islam, but I am a kind of person that understands psychology very well. So I talk to them. I understand that there are some incentives why they are accepting this religion. I spoke to people in Abakaliki. I spoke with people in Enugu State. Like, I just want to know, you are now a Muslim. What is your idea about Sharia? What is your idea about this religion? What motivated you into this religion? See, I am not against this religion. I am not against any kind of religion at all, but I'm against using what you believe against others. Why must you use what you believe against others? That is where the problem comes. No matter the kind of religion, why are you using your religion against others? You do not want others to worship the kind of God they want to worship. You do not want, people around you to feel safe. You do not want people to practice what they believe in. You say Sharia is only for Muslims, but Christians are being killed for blasphemy. And if you talk, people say, oh, forget about it. This one, this one, this. How many years can we continue like this? Like, for how long this thing will continue like this? You saying, oh, let's forget about this. What is your solution? What is your map out plan to stopping this? You don't have plan. You don't have plan to stop this. And you are saying, oh, this thing is going to end. We'll cross them. What is your plan? They are advancing and you are speaking grammar. These people are advancing, you are speaking English. These people are advancing. You are just focusing on a dash hope that maybe tomorrow someone will become another president of Nigeria. They will stop it. Remember during Obasanjo, people said the next administration will be better. During Yaradua and Jonathan, people felt that, oh, there is hope. After the end of the Jonathan administration, it was hell. Everybody was saying, you are the worst. Go, let Buhari come in. Buhari comes in. That one, number one, is Islamization master. Started importing people, doing all sort of things. They say, oh, let Buhari go. Tinubu has changed Lagos before. Tinubu will change Nigeria. This is the Tinubu. And at this moment, people are still saying, no, and then someone else come. Like, why are we people like this? This is a system. These people have a system in place. No matter who comes into that seat, this is just a system. So anything you are thinking, whatever you are saying, doesn't concern them. I understand that time Jonathan was so frustrated, including this Reno Mokri. He grew white hair under Jonathan because of what they saw. Jonathan was giving orders to military men. They refused to obey Jonathan after Jonathan was forced to remove Ihejreka. People forget so soon. People forget history so soon. Like, they don't understand this country at all. Jonathan had to start moving from Abuja, going to Borno State, to the war front to see, why are you people not working? I gave orders yesterday. I asked Air Force to support you people. Why did Air Force not move? Buhari and Rebadu and all these people and Tinubu, they had to travel to go and meet Joe Biden. Tell Jonathan not to use the weapon against Boko Haram because Boko Haram is not terrorist. Now, this is where we are. This is where we are today. You see, everything happening today, we saw it coming. And as I'm still telling you things today, people will doubt it. That is for sure. You're entitled to your own opinion. I'm responsible for what I'm saying, and I actually know what I'm talking about. So you can also doubt what I'm saying now, but you cannot doubt it tomorrow. You can't doubt it next year. You can't doubt it in 2030. You can't doubt it forever. You can doubt it for now. That this country, if there is no partitioning, I give you just 1 year to next 2 years with the plan these people have. Everywhere will be infiltrated. The rate at which Enugu State are back in the key, the way people are. I'm not against people converting to Islam. Don't get me wrong. The way people are converting, like the way things are in Enugu State now, they said they need deputy governor. I'm not against it. Oh, they said they need deputy governor to governor to the executive governor of Enugu State because they have 30% of population in Enugu State. No problem. Is that a problem? But the problem will start coming when they will force you to believe in their religion, just like what they are doing to this woman, just like the burning of churches, just like the burning of mosques, of people who are saying no, don't make peace with terrorists. They burn their mosques. So how can I don't just get this. I don't just get this. I'm still waiting for police report. I'm still waiting for the government of Kwara State to talk. They are intimidating these people too much. The whole Yoruba speaking part of Kogi State is gone. Kogi West, all those areas, Yoruba speaking area, it is gone. They have taken over everywhere. In Kwara State, it is gone. Kwara State has been a battlefield right from time. During the time of OPC wanted to stand against all these things, but they were able to infiltrate and command Obasanjo to tell soldiers to open fire on OPC people. OPC wanted to solve all these problems, just like what they did in the Southeast when IPOB rose up. Now, I am going to tell you this, whether you believe me or you don't believe me, there is no government in Nigeria that will be able to solve this. This is a global problem. It's not a local problem. A local problem can be solved by a local politician or your president. This is an international problem. It's a global problem. Nigeria, as a system, as a government, cannot solve it. Why? Because even people in government, they are responsible for so many things going on there. They are responsible. Is it not this Kwara State military arrested 4 guys who were carrying AK-47? The soldiers called them terrorists. The following day, we got information that the office of the Nuhu Ribadu, National Security Advisor, gave them the gun. Up to today, even Ribadu don't have the right to carry gun. He gave people who don't have the license of AK-47, there is no law backing them up. He armed them with AK-47. They were arrested. Up to today, the case died. He said Kwara State. He said Kwara State. Nobody is talking about all these things. They want you to forget about these things. They want to let you know that these things are not important. They want you to don't just talk about all this. Don't forget about people that are in IDP camp. In Nigeria, over 4.2 million people are in IDP camps nationwide, both Christians and Muslims and traditional people, everybody. 4.2 million in IDP camp. What are they doing in IDP camp? People in Taraba State, they want to go back to their homes. They were going back, ISWAP or ISWAP. Open fire on them. Why are you killing people that are going to their ancestral homes, living IDP camps? They said they did not convert to Islam. All these things, nobody talks about them. I mean, nobody talks about them. And nobody is willing to talk about all these things. In Oyo State, forest guard, these people, they just enter Oyo State, they went straight to the forest, they saw forest guard, they opened fire on them. Yesterday, Makinde was lamenting. Makinde was lamenting. He's saying that bandits kill for his forest guards. It's not bandit. This is ISIS. It was ISWAP who were affiliated to ISIS. You understand? We track their movement. See, Oyo State there is not their destination. These people will be infiltrating this down to Ogun State. Down to Ogun State. Do you forget about the Boko Haram members they arrested in Lagos State last month? That DSS arrested. So these people have strategically positioned everywhere. So no matter what you are trying to do, these people have, infiltrated everywhere. Now, this problem we are having in Africa generally, including Nigeria, it started from Berlin Conference. If you fail to understand the problem, and like it is difficult for you to proffer solution. Before you can proffer solution, before you can understand the solution you need about anything, you've got to understand the problem. What is the problem? What is the problem? Is it politics? Is it leadership? The problem of Africa and Nigeria has nothing to do with leadership. Africa has been administrating themselves before Europeans came. Before they had Berlin Conference. Berlin Conference was where they shared the meat. Africa was like a meat. Some people took the head, some people took the leg, some people took the tail, some people took the intestine. They shared Africa like a meat. Belgium came to Congo, they killed so many people. The England came to Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, and some countries. The Portuguese came. The French did the wars. They came, they did all sort of things. And, after that, Britain is saying that we don't have much resources at that time to control people differently. You know what we are going to do? Let us amalgamate these people so that we'll have one colony here. We can administrate all these people. They don't refer us to human beings then. We can administrate all these people once. That was the essence, part of the essence of amalgamation. Part of the essence of amalgamation. To easily rule them, to easily control them. And it was a psychological calculation, knowing fully well that these people they do not cohabit. It's not one school of thought, it's not one religion, it's not one belief, it's not the same. Like, they brought them together. They understand that there will be crisis ahead. That is what Berlin Conference caused. So anybody who is going to talk about solution to what is going on in Nigeria must be able to go back to Berlin Conference, go back to amalgamation of Nigeria. And most of the time, when we talk about these things, people say, what about the Christians in the north? What about the Christians in the north? Why is it that the Christians in the north, if you share Nigeria, don't you know that they are going to suffer? Don't you know that? Of course, I am not throwing away what people are saying, but you know what? I used to give people example. I said, if you have a yam, there is an infection that used to enter yam, it will become brown. Okay. If you have yam that is pointed, okay, it's an infection. There is a pest. So when it enters the yam, it will start eating the yam. It will start destroying the tuber of yam. So if you fail to cut out those parts that are already brown mixed with white, you say no, because there are still good ones there. Oh, let me not cut it. Let me be managing it. Give the yam like 2 weeks to 1 month. The whole yam will become brownish and you can't eat it again. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, as many that are not understanding the essence, the importance of bringing Nigeria into different places, you are deceiving yourself. I understand the power of money. I understand the power of politics. People can't just leave that money they are looting from the election, from their administration. Nobody's asking them. They have the power. They have the judiciary. They have the police. Just like what is going on in River State right now. Wike don't want to leave River State because of the resources. He want to control. He want to dominate. He want to copy what Tinubu did. But for me, the reason why I don't talk too much on politics again, because I understand that the solution to the current problem is not in politics. It's not in regime change. If I say this, people fail to understand this. At least I have participated in election close to 2 decades now in Nigeria. I have participated in active politics close to 2 decades in Nigeria. I understand this. Elections are full of dash hope. I'm not saying you should not go and vote, okay? Elections are full of dash hope. They will tell you that 2027, we are ready. Everything will happen. We did that in 2023. We did that in 2019 after Buhari failed. They did that to Goodluck Jonathan. They did that to Obasanjo. So what changed? Nigeria is going bad. It's actually going bad every now and then. So I have a link pinned in the comment section. You can join us live right now so that you share with us what you think about this public forceful converting people, burning their houses because they fail to join your religion. So use the link to join me live and tell us what you think about this. Stay with me. All right, welcome back. So, there are some things I want us to revisit so that people will actually understand this. My intention is I want people to understand the problem, because if you do not understand the problem, there is no how you can proffer solution. I mean, why is it that these houses are being burned? What is the mission of people burning these houses? What is the mission of people destroying these houses? What is their aim? What is the objective? What do they want? This is the questions I want Nigerians to ask. Why are you not asking this question? Why are you not asking these questions? What do they want? Look at people's houses. Look at people's ancestral land. What did these people actually want? Like, what do they want? If you're unable to answer this question, you won't be able to understand even what I'm talking about. These are people's houses. They were chased out of their ancestral homes. They did not commit crime. Their crime is that they were born and brought up in an amalgamated country called Nigeria. They were born and brought up in Nigeria. That is their crime. Look at their homes. Now, do you know the worst things that breaks my heart always? The people who committed this crime, some of them have been integrated into the government. There is no repercussion. There is no penalty that they burn down these houses. No penalty at all. Nobody even asked them. Like, you can do it again. There is no need, no problem. So the people who owns these houses, where are they now? They are in the IDP camp. They are giving birth in the IDP camp. They are dying in IDP camp. No medicine, no food. They are still in the IDP camp. But the people who burn these houses, they are giving them money, equipping them, giving their houses, giving them shelters, putting them in the military, putting them in the police. They are now in the society buying forms to become president, to go to the National Assembly to make the law. I mean the people that burn these houses. So I mean the people that burn these houses. They are buying form for 2027. They're already in ADC. They're already in PDP. They're already in APC. They're already in Labour Party. The people that chase these people to IDP camp, they are already in all this new party. They want to go and rule you again. But the people they chase to the IDP camp are there. They say that they have radicalized them, that they are good people. They put them into the society. But the people they chase out are still in the IDP camp. Like, how, what? No, I don't understand how black men think. The people that came, they killed people, they burned their houses, they chased them to IDP camp. They went to the government, they said, we are repenting. Government clothed them, give them shelter, put them into the society. They went to buy police form. They want to buy military form. They want to buy House of Rep form. They are in the Senate. They gave them appointment as ministers. Some of them today are under Ministry of Defense, defending your country. but they burn down houses of people. They chase them to IDP camp. Now, the people they chase to the IDP camp are still there. The people they chase to the IDP camp are still there in the IDP. Nobody is helping them. Nobody is asking them, what are you eating? Nobody is asking them, how are you faring? ISWAP vowed last week that they are going to kill the whole Christians in Nigeria. Oh, people say they are joking. They are very stupid. But I can tell you that they have killed up to 300 since they made that statement. What have you done? What are you doing? So I don't play with this stress. I don't play with these threats. Many people who are killing people, bombing churches, bombing mosques, they will still go and buy form. And like I said, some of them are already in ADC. Some of them are still in APC. Some of them are in PDP. Wake up, wake up. You don't know what is going on. Wake up. I don't get it. How do we reason? How do we think? Have you seen senators, House of Rep members, governors going to visit 4.2 million people in IDP camps in the whole country? 4.2 million plus are in the IDP camp. Are you seeing politicians going there? It takes Raymond, an American congressman, to come to tell the world that in Benue State alone, that we have 600,000 plus in one state. We have 36 states plus the Federal Capital Territory. That is 37 states in Nigeria. In one state, about 600,000 plus Christians in one IDP camp. There are some camps where we have Muslims. There are some camps where we have people who are not Christian, who are not Muslims. I just gave you the foundation and why all this thing is going on. Then, like, sometimes I won't lie to you. Sometimes I am totally confused. Thinking about what will happen to my generation, what will happen to my children, like where would they call their home tomorrow? Nobody will say that this thing is not going to get to you. Might say, God forbid this one, but people who are dying, God did not just come and from heaven save them. They are still in the ITB camp. That is to say that you've got to help yourself because God has given you brain. If you fail to think, it's not God's problem. You have your brain. Nature has made you well to see, to hear. You have hand, you have everything. If you need any other thing, you need you. You need you to fight. You need you to rise up. You know, this thing is called self-defense, like let us defend ourselves. Self-defense only comes when people of like-minded have the same ideology. If you are thinking differently, I am thinking differently, everybody is just thinking differently. Tell me, how can self-defense come? If you want to do something, someone will tell you, no, don't worry. Like what they are telling you now. 2027, they join hands and remove Tinubu. Yes, Tinubu is bad, but I'm sorry to tell you this. Tinubu is not a problem. Yes, he's not the solution, but he's not the problem. The problem is the system. The system has a problem. People will be very shocked by 2027 if Tinubu goes out of there. Oh my goodness. People will be surprised the kind of calamity. See, I'm not a prophet of doom. I'm not a bad person who thinks evil. But I'm sorry. I'm someone who thinks reality. I'm not a kind of person who sees the reality and started hoping for something that will never be. I deal with the reality. So let's talk about the reality that is affecting people. The reality that sends people to the IDP camp. Let's talk about the reality that is worrying us. Let's stop talking about false hopes that we are not seeing. Oh, well, you want to talk about faith, right? Faith is not a bad thing. Faith is something that is good. It is good to have faith. But faith without work is totally dead. Show me your work. What are you doing? They are killing Christians. They are killing Muslims. They are killing other worshippers that don't have the idea. So even their fellow Muslims are they claim, because all these extremists claims they are Muslim. Their fellow Muslims, if they tell them don't do this, they'll kill them. They are stopping the expansion of Islam. They claim it. They claim it. Now, I want to revisit some videos so that so many people will understand what I'm saying. Okay, let's take a look at this video.
And one of the records in particular that stands out the most is like Collateral Damage off the project. Why do you think that song has resonated so much?
It's the reality.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's the reality hits you so hard in the chest that you have to lose your breath.
What's the reality for people that don't know for that song? Like, why did you? What's the message behind that song?
The message is, the song is called Collateral Damage, and why it's called Collateral Damage is because we, as not just Nigerians, as Africans, that's the citizens, not the powers that be, we are all collateral damage. Even the powers that be are collateral damage, but now they become the powers that be, and now they are.
Right.
Do you understand? Because at the end of the
Pay
day,
attention, oh.
whatever, let's even start from the name of your country or your whatever. It's not a name that was given by your ancestors.
Right.
Do you understand? Somebody came from somewhere and told you that you are this, and then now that's who you are.
Right.
Do you understand? So now you're collateral damage because their reason for naming you that and their reason for even coming in the first place had nothing to do with your best interest.
Right.
Do you understand? So now we're in a situation where it's like we were almost unwanted in our own place. So now it's a lot of fixing to do, because it's like it's like if you're frying an egg,
Yeah.
then the shell is going to be collateral damage.
Right. It's part of it.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because it's the one that's going to be broken and thrown away. And that's kind of what the ordinary African man is in this day and age.
It seems like you stick up for the African man too, because I saw a couple weeks ago there was a situation in South Africa, and
All right. This is just a very simple something to understand. You know, it's a very, I think this video is about 2 years ago. You know, Burna Boy was granting an interview. You know, they were asking him about his new song. So he was trying to tell people that, look at the people who amalgamated Nigeria and gave Nigeria this name is not for our interest. We are just collateral damage. And he was giving an example. If you want to fry egg, then you will crack the egg, take away the yolk and the content inside. That the shell that you are just going to throw away is the collateral damage. So, like, when you come and think about where you are now as a nation, as a country, because it's not a nation, okay? As a country, think about it. The citizens, what are you benefiting from the government? Now, Tinubu is taxing you, and a lot of intellectuals, let me put it in that way. I will not say pseudo intellectuals in this case. A lot of intellectuals, professors who are in Nigeria, nobody is telling you people that taxation is a social contract. Let me explain. Tax is a social contract. The government provides security for you, for you to do business and everything. If anything happens to you security-wise, government will be responsible. They provide for you good roads. They provide for you electricity, social security, and everything. In return, you are doing business, you've got to pay your tax. It's a social contract. But listen, Nigerians are being taxed. No security, no light, no road, nothing whatsoever, but they are being taxed. Like, but they can't complain, you understand? They can't complain because the people who are supposed to complain have been bribed. Nigeria have so much money that they can bribe anybody. The money there is too much. Like, they can bribe anybody. They can bribe everybody. Like, I don't just understand. They can bribe everybody. So that is what Burna Boy was trying to say, that this is just a collateral damage. It's a collateral damage. Now, there are some videos I still want to explain to you. Okay, you have seen the video of T.Y. Danjuma before, you know, when he said that the armed forces are colluding with these people to commit ethnic cleansing and so on and so forth. A lot of people have seen the video, they do not understand it. But one thing is sure, okay? One thing is sure. But I want you to take a look at this video. We are revisiting some things because of what I'm explaining to you. Okay, stay with me.
I need to take you up on that.
Let me give you a perspective.
Yes.
The state government or the governors can actually give lands for ranches, but is the federal government also concerned about the kind of consultations that may have gone on between the state government and the people living in those communities who have ancestral attachment to those plot of lands?
Ancestral attachment? You can only have attachment when you are alive. If you are talking of ancestral attachment, if you are dead, what does the attachment matter? What does it matter again? Ancestral attachment, you can only have attachment when you are alive. If you are talking of ancestral attachment, if you are dead, what does the attachment matter? What does it matter again? The National Economic Council that recommended ranching went around those states. It didn't just legislate it, there were consultations. So, if a state does not have land genuinely, it's understood. Not every state will have ranches. You don't have to have ranches in 36 states. So, if there's no land genuinely, fine. But where you have land and you can do something, please do for peace. What will the land be used for if those who own it are dead at the end of the day? What will the land be used for if those who own it are dead at the end of the day? What will the land be used for if those who own it are dead at the end of the day?
Now,
So,
talk again, going back to ranching and cattle colonies, we know that still going back to international conversations, the United Kingdom and even the World Bank have come out to say that Nigerian government has not yet asked for support from the Commonwealth nations, and that if they did, there are a litany of investments and ideas and people who could actually help in this area of solving the issue of ranching or cattle colonies, and they would do it willingly to see that the violence abates. But then how do we...
All right. Before I start explaining things to you, I just saw some messages that the link I dropped there for people to join is not working. So I'm dropping another link there. Okay. I'm just dropping a new link and replacing it with the one I pinned before. So you can use the link I'm dropping right now to join. Okay. All right. Let me explain what Mr. Femi was saying. Mr. Femi is not a bad person, but he was serving under authority that was commanding him on what to do. One of the appointments, even though I am in a good country, even though tomorrow things change, I can never, it will be very difficult for me to become an SA media spokesperson. You know why? You will sack me. Before I will work with you for 2 weeks, you will sack me. Because I am not going to come out to tell people that this, that, like, try to lie to the people. Knowing the truth, I'll just come out to tell people what is not truth and so on and so forth. I will not do that. So Femi Adesina was telling the people, you've got to, choose between your life and your land. I mean, this is nonsense. And nobody reacted. There was no revolution. Nobody was, protesting that president sent his aide to tell the people, you've got to release your land or you die. You've got to release your land or you die. And he said, is it not people who are alive that talks about land? And people think that what he said is a joke. And that was how you started seeing all those nonsense things that people were saying. And that is where we get to where we are today. But it's a very sad thing to know. So without wasting time, let's start bringing guests, because I've talked enough, so that people will share with us what they think about this. ugly developing situation. Okay, stay with me. Mr. Hadnot, let us start from you. You're welcome. Try to unmute yourself. Good evening.
Yeah, Marcel Okocha. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I hope you can hear me as well.
Yeah, loud and clear. Ndewo.
All right. You see, these people have graduated to another level that I called Islamization 102. You know, we've dealt with Islamization 101, where I discussed the principles of infiltration, Ahuda Biya, that is a peace deal, and so on and so forth, and Takeya, the principles of deception. Now, they have graduated to forceful conversion, burning down people's houses if you fail to convert to their religion. Like, this is happening before us, and people don't want us to talk about this. People don't want us to say that Nigeria got to divide, like we've got to divide this nation. Like, partition must take place. People don't want us to talk about it, but they keep on killing our people. They keep on leaving our people in the IDP camps. As I speak to you, the statistics we have from across the nation, they are 4.2 million. This is half of the population of Israel. Half of the population of Libya are in the IDP camps, and everybody goes to church, everybody goes to mosque, everybody are preparing for 2027. Like, this thing, I'm just confused. Like, what kind of human beings are we? Hadnot, what do you think about all these things?
Okay, Mazi. So for me, okay, let me start this. My school of thought, I'm for balkanization of Nigeria. And from the one when I started calling into your program, I always say that is the that would be the beginning. I'm not saying it's the solution, but that would be a beginning, a serious first step towards solving the problem. It's not just Nigeria, it's actually Black Africa. I think, I will still answer the questions you asked, on Islamization and all those things. But I think one of the things you might do that will be very, very impactful to Africans, I think, well, maybe to run a stream someday, let people really call in and let us really discuss and see those people, what are the factors why these boundaries that were created in Berlin, why is it that the Europeans were able to sit down around the table? Because remember that one of the reasons why they did this thing was they wanted to prevent any occurrences that will lead them to fight themselves over resources in Africa. There's so many reasons why they did it, but one of the reasons really why they had to say, okay, let's sit down and divide these things so that we don't end up going to war over Africa. So that we say, everybody, this is your own part, this is your own part. Now, it's more complicated than that, because as they were doing it, they were also, there are other factors. They were making sure that these certain tribes were split, so there are so many things that were involved. But why is it that this thing that these men did 2 centuries ago, why is that problem still lingering on up to today? And we have millions of Black Africans who have studied the whole thing, understand the implications, the nature, intellectuals, PhD, and all that. And then why is it that we cannot renegotiate, unshackle ourselves? Why is it that we cannot do something? Forget up. I know people will always come and say the white man, European, neo-colonization, but we cannot be blaming. We can't keep blaming them. Why is it that we, as Black people, why is it that we cannot do something so that we can renegotiate this thing and so that we can start living like human beings? Why we still have time? Because while we are wasting this time, things are getting worse and worse. So I think that one day you should maybe devote a program so that people let people just come in and let's discuss it. Those people, let's say that let us maintain the status quo. It's obvious now that this thing doesn't work. So anybody who is saying maintain the status quo somehow, the argument will fall apart. So, but those people, let us say, why is it that we cannot undo this thing? And let's keep sentiment apart. Forget your tribe. Let us behave like human beings for once and think. I think you should devote a program to that. That would be very, very helpful. I know that is not a very, because of the way our people are. It's not, a lot of people want to shy away from that. But I think if you're able to do it, do it, Now, coming to what you're saying about the Islamization, and so what are you going to do? So, see, the thing is, so what are you going to do? Nigeria, these people have their agenda. What is your own agenda? Remember, I always told you then, I always say, what is our own ideology? These people have their own ideology, and their ideology is to spread Islam until it gets to the Atlantic Ocean. Okay. They have support from the whole Islamic world,
Yeah, it's a global problem.
Good. Now, so no, but Mazi, you're calling it a problem. So why you don't stop looking at it as a problem and just look at it? This is their own ideology. This is what they want. See, Mazi, from millions of, as long as man has existed, he has always tried to impose his ideology on others. The only time you can live in peace is if you're alone and there's nobody around you. But as long as there's somebody around you and there's some kingdom, empire, it's not. If you're thinking at it, if you're looking at it as a problem, then that's where you're getting it wrong. But if you're looking at it like that's the nature of mankind, to spread their ideology. Because see, the truth is, you can't have two opposing ideologies living next to for a long time. You can try for maybe some decades, but eventually one of it will collapse to the other one. Why? Because these things are what actually guide you, just your essence as a human being. Is the ideology that says, is this thing right or wrong? Your moral compass. What age should you get married? How many men or women can you get married to? What kind of education is allowed? And that is what is the essence of mankind. You understand? So it's what people in society want for themselves, is how they think, and they will always push for that ideology.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I know you spoke the mind of so many people. We've got to, define our ideology and also let people know where we stand, because this is opposing ideology, just as you said, and it cannot work together for a very long time. Thank you so much, Mr. Hadnot. All right. Let us bring in Mr. Wimbu. Mr. Wimbu, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Are you there?
Thank you so much. Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you. Good evening to you. Please forgive me. Where I am is very, very noisy. I'm on the road, so I just want to,
no problem. We
if
can hear
you
you
hear
good.
any noise, if you hear any car noise or train passing, please bear with me.
No problem about that.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. As you can see, I am I'm in the village. I'm very close to my farm. So a village which is about close to 9 to 10, 12 hours drive from Accra. That's where I am now. I'm very close to my farm.
All right.
If you look around, this place is village. Just village. It's a village, but you can see light everywhere. So that's
all right. Let us, let us,
Okocha, the only thing
we want to hear from you about what we have been discussing. Tell us what you think about it.
You see, my stance on Nigerian Islamization has never changed, and it won't change. I'm telling you the truth. For some of us that have lived in the north, will tell you that it can never change. The ideology of these people I don't want to go into other things. Let me just concentrate on this Islamization. When Marcel Nnamdi Kanu was speaking about this Islamization, people were thinking that Marcel Nnamdi Kanu is just a fool. That is what they thought. But they forgot that in the 70s, Gowon, who is a Christian, an Angas man from Jos Plateau, took Nigeria to what we call observatory position in the Organization of Islamic Congress, 1970s. I think this should be around 74 or 75. You can fact check that. I think in 1985, Ibrahim Babangida was the person that officially took Nigeria. And today, Nigeria is a member of the Organization of Islamic Congress. Where were the Christians when these things were going on? Where were the secularism of Nigeria that people are preaching today when these things were going on? Don't you know that when you attest or sign into a convention, you are part of it, and all the tenets derived from that convention that you sign is binding on you? Where were our people when we were in the military? Those of us who were the junior officers, we do not have the authority to do or change anything in the hierarchy of the military command. Those that were saddled with the responsibility and decision making in the military were mainly from the northern part of Nigeria. The southerners cannot even speak. When you speak, you don't even have authority. Your words doesn't have any authority. Islamization of Nigeria has been there from Osman Danfodio. When Osman Danfodio died, his generations unborn and those that are coming now are carrying it out. You have been playing Olawumi's video. That is it Navy Commodore. You've been playing. It will take them, even if America begin to bomb them, send ballistic missiles, precision or supersonic, they will recoil. Once they recoil, after some time, they will still come on. See, the only solution for Nigeria to get away, let me say, southwest, south, if there is anything like south, and southeast, to get away from these people is to go the way of Yugoslavia. I told you here before, the Bosnian Serbs are Islam. They are Muslim-dominated area in former Yugoslavian Republic. They are the Muslims. Immediately, the communist system failed in those areas, Eastern Europe. Then the Bosnians tried to take over the rest of the Yugoslavia, which they tried. Then people started crying, especially the Chinese, the Croatians, the Slovenians, the North Macedonians. They started crying. The United Nations had their cry, and they sent the United Nations Peace Protection Force in Yugoslavia. And the paved way for these people now to break away into 7 countries. Today, you cannot see the influence of Islamic tendencies or tenets or application of Islamic laws in Croatia, North Macedonia, Slovenia, and the rest of them. That is the only thing that is going to save Nigeria. If not, no matter how long we cry about it, these people are bound to do it. And remember that you have serious countries that have that are wealthy countries like Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Iran, Syria, all of them, even including Egypt, they are all wanting to see Nigeria Islamized. So they will fund it. Remember, I told you the former Zamfara state governor, Ahmed Yerima, when in 2000, I was still serving as at that time, January 2000, when he introduced Sharia in the north. Go and check. The people that were responsible for the funding and sending of so much, billions of dollars to fund him in order to actualize Sharia. And that is exactly what Nigerian people are seeing today. So the only way forward for you and my mother's ancestral land is to go the way of Yugoslavia. If not, Marcel, I swear to you, they will implement it. No matter how long it's going to take them, they are going to implement it. Go the way of Yugoslavia, and
just the
everybody will
last
be peaceful. Thank you.
Yeah, just the last question I want to ask you, sir. I know that you are close to the farm. Maybe you've got some work to do. Now, what is the step you've served? Like you are talking about Yugoslavia now, you have been there as a Nigerian soldier representing Nigeria in the UN peacekeeping in Yugoslavia. Then I don't know what you people went there to do, whether to stop them from fighting or whether to divide the country. I don't know. Maybe you explain to us better. But what I'm trying to say is that as Nigeria is now, many people are saying we need to divide. There will be partitioning. But what is the step you think that people should take? Like, what is the step towards this?
You see, the only step I see there is you and I, the way we are talking here today. That is the only way. Sensitization of our people to let them know that there is no hope in Nigeria as long as Islamic religion, is holding its way, especially in the northern Nigeria, is to at least do what these people did. Because you see, just like if somebody told you that evangelist Ezekiel Dauchama, the America will hear his voice. That will also tell you that when you cry and cry just like evangelist, Ezekiel cried, they will hear you because it is evidential in that country that Christians are on the verge of being terminated. They told you the issue statement, and don't take their statement with levity. They told you convert to Islam or die,
Or you die.
and go to those places, go to those areas that they are, buying and unleashing their mayhem. Check whether they are Muslim-dominated areas. These are Christian. Let me just say, 97% of these communities are Christian-dominated areas. If you hear that they attack a mosque or they want to send a narrative to the world that, it is not only Christians that are being killed, but their target is those people that they feel that don't belong, to their own religion. So the only way forward is for those that are concerned to begin to cry and let the world, those that make the decisions in this world, to understand that just like the Chinese, the Croatians spoke and shouted, and United Nations came in. That is the only thing. Without that, there will be no peace in that country. I swear to you, Master Okocha. Thank you so much.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Awimbo, um,
And
former
for me
Nigerian.
to say this, let me say this before I go. Let me say this before I go.
All right.
Any Nigerian that is hoping for a new Nigeria, any Nigerian that is hoping for a new Nigeria is a mirage. It's a mirage. You see, the foundation of Nigeria, that 1999 constitution can never make you a Christian to be protected as long as Islam is involved in Nigeria.
And it's
If you
not
are
only a
hoping
Christian.
for a new
And it's not only a Christian, sir. It's just like what I was telling people from the beginning of this program. This Yoruba traditional, people. There is a woman that was forced to convert to Islam and she refused. They burned her houses and the woman is crying out loud. Nobody is there to help her.
No, go and see. I
It's
think
rough.
in a lorry, they ban the traditional, in a lorry, they ban the Yoruba indigenous people, the traditionalists, from carrying out their Isheshe. And that was
That is what.
exactly what, their prophet,
Yeah.
that was exactly how their prophet took the word to Medina. Those that worship idols, they took jihad on them and, eliminated majority of them. Some of them run into exile. So that's the template that is going to play in Nigeria. And they are setting their feet little by little with Nigerian government and the 1999 constitution aiding them. If you go and listen to Obasanjo's address, he said 2000, when the Sharia incident started, that states have the right to practice their own law. But you have a section in the Nigerian constitution that bars every state from carrying out state religion. But
Yeah.
the Nigerian government allowed them to introduce the tenet of Islam, which was the introduction of Sharia. So how do you want to tell me that these people will not get grant to do whatever they? That is the reason why you see the spiral effects of the introductions of these tenets of Islam is what is happening. And for you, for
It's all
those
right.
of you that are here, I would like you to read this. If you want to see that Islam is not tolerant to you and me, go and read Quran chapter 9, verse 29. Quran
29. Yeah.
chapter 9, verse 29. I said it here before. I would like those of us that are watching to go and read and see what awaits you if you continue to see a new Nigeria where these terrorists are having stronghold on. Thank you so much for having
All
me.
right.
God bless
All right, Mr. Wimbo. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Wow, we have used two people's time for Mr. Wimbo, but that is a very, very great very, very great insight to this topic. Mr. Max, you can unmute yourself. Good evening. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Mr. Okocha. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, and if you don't mind, you can on your video. Okay, exactly. That is what I was requesting. Okay, Mr. Max, we are talking about the forceful conversion of people in Nigeria. Now, this is not only Christians. Now, this is not limited to Christians. This is also Africa traditional spirituality, and even some Muslims who oppose to these people's idea are being dealt with. Like, I know of a imam, I have the record of that imam, what he preached. So he was saying that you should not make peace deal with Bello Tuji, and after 3 days, his mosque was burned. 30 persons were killed in his mosque. His mosque was razed down. So these people, like, there is nothing standing on their way. What do you have to say about all these things?
Okay, so first of all, Mr. Marcel, I want to say thank you for the channel, right? I just joined your channel like a couple of weeks back. It hasn't been so long.
Thank you, sir.
And I've been seeing your post, and I've noticed that you're talking about politics, but you recently started talking about Islamization of Nigeria. And I noticed that that's been a recent thesis of your videos. Now the thing is, religion is key. For human development, religion is key. Like Nigerians are complaining about Islam, but like I'm currently in the United States, I'm in Arizona. Guess what? Islamization is also a problem here in the United States. If people are following the politics in the United States, if you go to Minnesota and see like with the Somalians, and you see the Islamic Brotherhood, there's a lot of groups that they've been designated as terrorist groups in the United States because of their Islam. They have they radicalize people. They radicalize young people in Yemen, in Saudi Arabia, in Afghanistan, and then they send these people here to the United States to push the Islamization and the radical agenda. This is what I want. This is what I want the viewers of this channel to do.
Okay.
Guys, we need to educate ourselves on Islam. A lot of people think, like I heard the first person, I think it was Hard Nuts, he came on the channel and he said, this is their ideology, and it's just their ideology. And it's not just an ideology. Understand that Islam is not just an ideology. Guys, it's a way of life. Like these people plan to colonize everybody under Islam. All right. So if you claim to be a Christian, a lot of people say, well, we are Christians, but you don't study your Bible and read what your Bible says. In your Bible, Jesus said that a time will come when people think that they are worshiping God. I forget what verse that is. He said, people will think that they are doing God a service by killing you. This is what the Islamists do today. They scream Allahu Akbar and they shoot and cut people's head off. This is the fulfillment of the Bible in life, like in real time today. We are seeing the Bible being fulfilled. So I want everyone to seek the truth. The truth is Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is the truth. Yes, Islam professes to believe in Jesus, but their Jesus is not the same Jesus that's in the Bible. All right? The only weapon against these people is the truth, the gospel. The very gospel that they hate in their Quran, I don't know if people have studied the Quran, but if you study the Quran, the gospel is called the Injil. If you ask a Muslim today, what is the gospel? What is the Injil that's mentioned in your Quran? They can't tell you what the Injil is. They cannot tell you what the gospel is. But they can tell you what the gospel is not. They can tell you that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John is not the gospel. It's corrupted. But if you ask them what is the gospel, then they cannot tell you what is. How can you tell me that this is not Ofe Ogusi if you don't know what Ofe Ogusi is? That's an example I'm using for you. You have to know what Ofe Ogusi is and have tasted it to be able to tell me that, hey, yeah, this is not Ofe Ogusi or this is Ofukazi or something else, you know? So they don't know what the gospel is, but they know that our Bible, the New Testament is not the gospel. And in their Quran, it says that the Jews and the Christians.
What are we going to do?
Yes, sir, I'm listening.
In your own opinion, what are we going to do? What is required of us? The African traditional people that they are burning their houses, they are killing. The Christians that they are burning their churches, they are killing. And also, even some of Muslims who said that this idea of killing people is not good, and they are still being murdered. So what are we going to do?
Okay, so I listened to your video. You played Burna Boy talking about collateral damage, and you used the
exactly.
So the mosque that was bombed, the mosque is the collateral damage. That is the real example of collateral damage. The they say that there is also Islamic Muslims dying and Muslims dead. Those are the example of collateral damage. The main target is Christians. Don't let's not mix it up. All right. What I want us to do is, Muhammad did not know about the internet. Do you understand? The internet is the #1 enemy of Islam today. Just like I joined your page, I'm in the United States. I don't know where you are based, but I joined your page and we're connecting today through the internet. This is our tool against this satanic agenda. Use the internet to spread the truth. What is the truth? The truth is Jesus Christ died on the cross. This is the gospel. It is proven fact. We have evidence for it. You can verify. You can go to, you can go to the Bible. You can go to, we have manuscript evidence to test if this is the truth. But this is what they deny in their Islam. Jesus was never crucified. Allah does not have a son. This is the key for Islam. You have to say Muhammad is the prophet of Allah. Allah is the only God. Allah does not have a son. You have to profess it. Jesus never died on the cross. You have to reject the gospel. So my advice to everyone is to use the internet to share the truth of the gospel, which is the opposite of Islam. Educate yourself on Islam.
Okay.
Educate yourself on the Quran.
Okay.
Read
another question. Okay. Another question before we exhaust your time is, just by sharing gospel, what else? Because a lot of persons will tell you that Israel is surviving today not because they were sharing the gospel of the Jews alone. They were fighting, they were protecting themselves. And I was even saying in one of my videos that one thing I like about US and their allies, like US and like Israel and this is that if they perceive enemy or threat, they will not wait until that threat comes to them. They will go after that threat and destroy that threat. And that is why so many times people say that the US are invading places, US or Israel violate human rights. I'm not trying to argue those things, but I'm trying to tell you that what Israel sees, what America sees is if they see threats, go after that threat. Don't wait for the threat to come to your country. And I went further to explain that 9/11, 2001, right? What happened in US, that the people who carried out that thing, it was not planned in the US. If US had gone after, if US had gone after the threat, maybe it would not happen. I also explained a Nigerian person who went to Yemen to carry bomb, came to Nigeria. From Nigeria, traveled to Amsterdam. The person was going to Michigan and they caught him. Imagine he was able to go there and detonate this bomb. So US will not sit and fold their hands and saw threat in Nigeria, saw threat in Niger, or saw threat everywhere. You say they should not go and invade it because it's a foreign nation. Oh, foreign nation, for them to leave foreign nation or sovereign nation, so that America will be bombed. So what I'm trying to say, apart from sharing the gospel, what else shall we do?
That's a very good question. I don't know if you notice my background. If you look behind, you see my rifle. I have my rifle with my, with my Igbo cap there. If you study the Bible, Jesus gave his disciples an instruction when he told them to go preach the gospel. He told them, I forget where in the gospel, but he told them to go and buy a sword. He said, I previously sent you and you lack nothing, but this time now, if you don't have a sword, go and buy a sword. Whosoever does not have a sword, he said, sell your clothes and buy a sword. All right. So you need to protect yourself now to go and share the gospel. See, I'm not saying you should just allow people run up, just allow people just destroy us and kill us. And, the Bible says we are sheep for slaughter. But I'm saying, thank God for United States where I live. We have a Second Amendment here. You can protect yourself lethally with firearms. I have so many weapons in my house. This is what I hope that Nigerian government will eventually come to, where we can allow people to protect themselves and be able to protect their life and their family, instead of allowing them to just be an open target. Because you have one group that is armed, which is the Fulani, the bandit, you guys call them bandit, they're terrorists, the Islamic radical terrorists. They are armed. The government is arming them. The people that are sponsoring them are arming them. But they don't want to legislate for you as a Nigerian citizen to be able to arm yourself and protect yourself. So I'm hoping that we get to a point where we need to push for legislation to allow us to protect ourselves, just like in America. You can't just come with your gun and come and say, hey, convert to Islam or die. I'll shoot you. All right. And that's justified. That's me protecting myself. My Bible will justify it. All right. This is what I want us to use. Use the tools that we have. Go out there, advocate for legislations that allow us to be able to carry arms to protect ourselves. But it's a spiritual warfare ultimately. The gospel is the number one tool. Remember, the devil has already been defeated at the cross. We need to use the cross ultimately to defeat evil. This is just my perspective. Thank you so much, Mr.
All right.
Marcel.
Thank you so much, Mr. Max. I don't know whether Max is just your full name, but it's okay, Mr. Max. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And your words are inspiring and full of hope. And also, above all, I think the ultimate thing is map up defense, because this is all about colonization, invasion, and radicalism, trying to wipe out cultures and values of people. And this is not going to be forever. The worst thing it could bring is to lead to war. And this is a global war to say. And I think US is leading, this part, because China doesn't care. China will not allow you to practice religion in their country, but they don't care if you are dying. China don't care. They are just after business and money in other countries. Russia will not go after people who are causing all these troubles, but Russia will not allow it in their country. But the US will always go after, these people in other countries. Why? Because they know that if anything affects in other countries, it will be directly affecting US, which is also an opposite religion to these extremists. Thank you so much, Mr. Max. I really appreciate you joining us tonight.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay, Desmond, are you here? You can unmute yourself before we go to Mr. Christian.
Yeah, I'm here. Good evening, sir.
All right, good evening, sir. Thanks for joining us. If you don't mind, can you on your video? But don't mind if you don't have.
Actually, I did, but there's no light here. It's the
Okay,
kind of
no
nation we are
problem.
living.
Okay, from the beginning
All
of
right.
this program, you saw the video I played. I don't know if you join us, and a Yoruba woman. She's not a Christian. She's not a Muslim. She's a spiritual woman to say, and she believes in this Isese, if I pronounce it well, Yoruba cultural traditional worshiping basis. So she was approached by extremists. Islamic extremists for her to convert. She refused. The next thing is that they gathered her, they threatened to kill her, they burned her house. Like, I am putting myself in the position of that woman. The woman and me might not believe in the same thing, but this is a war against every other person who is not radicalized as these people. Then I'm saying a lot of people have been saying, including myself, not exempting myself, that partitioning Nigeria is the solution. But we are also asking, what steps shall we take? Some people are saying we have to sensitize people like we are doing. Then, what other step do you think that people should follow?
Thank you for having me here, Mr. Marcel. Um, in politics, once they are about to start all this, their political position, they always go for campaign, thereby reaching to the grassroots. So I will suggest this point in time, all community or all local government has a youth leaders. Why can't they assemble the youth or the people around in the village and let them know what is going on? So everybody will get themselves ready. That is point one. Then two, if there's a means of us reaching out to the elites, I'm not talking of Nigeria. Okay, thank God they've brought the lights. Maybe I think you can see my face right now.
Yeah. But you are not wearing, no, don't worry, even though you don't have lights, okay?
No, they just brought the
Because
light right
because
now.
of some restrictions on YouTube, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I will advise at this point, let them go to the grassroots, maybe the youth leaders or those that can talk to the community
Okay.
to sensitize people there, letting them know what is going on, because not everyone have phone. Some people are still living in a remote area where there's no network, who are not able to like get all this information we are getting first-handed. So why can't they reach out to the people at the grassroots and let them know what is going on? I believe that will help a lot, because the places they are invading as well, if you watch, is extremely, like I will say, is at the bottomless village where there's nothing. Even if you should call the militaries or who will come to rescue, before they will get there, they must have finished everything they want to do. So that's one will help as well. I think that is my own opinion. And if there's any way of reaching out to all these maybe internationals, they should come faster than expected, because since the I think 24th night that Trump did perform his wonders, till now things have been escalating beyond our expectations, and they are still keeping quiet. I know they are not folding their hands; they are also doing their best, but they should come and assist earlier the best. And why doing that? Um, as you said, not only as you've said, because all social media platforms, I go through them every day to get some information. They have infiltrated everywhere. So even if they are to start from north, how about the southeast, the south, and the southwest, where they are? How are they going to get them out from there?
Okay.
All these things are things that are bothering me.
All right.
Today,
This
like, all youth are in panic. Some people are traveling out not because maybe they feel like, it's just for the safety of their life.
okay.
Are we
So
going to be like this forever?
absolutely no. So from what you said,
Okay, sir.
first of all, you said that these
Yes,
people
sir.
are only attacking remote villages. It's not 100%
Yes, sir.
correct. Most places they attack, I agree that they are remote villages. But so many
Yeah.
places and villages are not remote. Okay? Like in many places in Delta State, in Edo State, ask people in Ekpa University, Ambrose Ali University. try to call someone and ask them what is going on around them, whether they're sleeping again. So when you say remote places, don't forget that they arrested Boko Haram member in Lagos last week here. So before you, today now, I know that these forest areas, they are very close to the town in Oyo State where they keep forest guard people, 5 of them. Like, these people are in your church, they're in your school, they're in the government, they're everywhere. According to what you said, I agreed. Now, you said getting them out of these places they have infiltrated is a very difficult thing. It is difficult because we are trapped in this place. Like one of my guests will say that we are in duress in Nigeria here. Like, if every places, every nation, nationality have their autonomous power, the elements who are there will leave. It's like when you plant crops in your farm, the weed will sprout, the weed will start growing. When you come, you will put them out because you own the place. But if you are not the owner of the land, if you try to put the weeds out, the owner will think that you are even pulling his crop. He will kill you. So this is the analogy of what I think is going on. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Mr. Desmond.
Okay. There was something. Sorry, if you can give me a little time. I think
Okay.
around last year there was a time they were discussing of state policing. Up till now, have we heard of anything about it? So that is why I'm saying, how are we going to get them out?
And
Because
even the
at
state
least
police, the state police is not even the solution. The state police
I
is
know,
not the
like,
solution.
I'm
Yeah.
talking of maybe something like as a precaution at moment
Yeah.
till we get the final solution of maybe parting way, everybody being on their own.
All right. Well, let's look forward to seeing what is going to happen. Let's look forward to seeing what is going to happen about that. Thank you, Mr. Desmond.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay, Mr. Christian, good evening, sir. Thanks for joining us. You can unmute yourself.
Okocha, my brother, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, sir. I'm fine. Thanks for joining us, sir.
Thank you so much for keeping up the work. We have to, all of us, will have to keep on keeping on because these people that mean business. So if you don't know so that mean business, I'm sorry, or what I go pass your Gary or their mean business.
All right. So I hope you are fine. You are not sounding as usual.
I'm okay. I'm okay. It's just too cold over here. The cold.
Okay. I noticed it.
They do us shake it, but it's well. Yeah. So you see, yeah, this issue of this Fulanis, they are, for me, I know they exempt any one of them, and I have a reason for it. You know, this push to Islamize and Fulanize the entire Nigerian space is very real, and they are very unrelenting. They are doing everything, and they will go to any length, including that is how serious, how desperate they are. They will go to the extent of killing their own people in the mosque. They will go to the extent of bombing their own people just to show to the world that it's not only Christian. That is a fact. First of all, their own ideology is that if is jihad they are fighting. Therefore, if they die in the process, they already have this twisted mindset that they die for the cause of Allah. They will go to heaven and the virgin will be given to them. Therefore, death is really nothing to them. I'm telling you the truth. So they will go to any length. And unfortunately, I saw something on your own platform. There's this guy who was a governor and probably is a senator, something Sani Yerima. You know him, right?
Yeah. Sani
Hello?
Yerima. Yeah, his name is
Jesus.
Sani Yerima.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. His name is Sani Yerima. Can you hear me?
My network bad though.
But we
Okocha,
can
they
hear
hear
you.
me?
Yes, we can hear you. His name is Sani Yerima.
Yeah, I can hear you now. So there's something is yes, there's something he said that that all Muslims in Nigeria, that their belief, their hope, and their
Ambition.
effort. Hello?
Yeah, he said the ambition is to
Yeah,
Islamize Nigeria.
exactly. So what I'm trying to tell you is that these people, when they tell you say they won't do something, you better believe it. Huh?
Mm.
If they tell you that this, just believe it. If you doubt them, then you will pay. You will be the one who will regret it for not taking them seriously. They mean it. Because all of them, 3 years ago when I come Nigeria, they were all already in the country. I was in a bus traveling down east, and I saw with Dangote's truck. Dangote's truck was used to, they were distributing them all over the place. In those our areas, they were like hundreds and thousands of them loaded in a truck, and each of them have a dog with them. Each one of them, hundreds and thousands, they all have a dog. You know why? Because they're heading into the bushes, right? And they need the dog to protect them against reptiles and all this stuff like that. So they are very intentional in what they are doing. Now, Dangote, if you ask him, we say he doesn't know about it, but they are all in it. If you are naive enough to think that they are not in it, I feel sorry for you. Because what they want is Islamization, and they have big organizations and some nations outside international countries backing them to turn Nigeria into Islamic country. The one Abdul Salami, his chopper, his helicopter was being used back then, some years ago, distributing ammunitions to them in the bush. When he was asked, he said he doesn't know about it, that is on rentage. Okay? How is that a coincidence? These things happening. So my point is that they're very serious and unfortunate. And even Tinubu himself, if you tell me that because Tinubu is Yoruba or because he married a Christian woman that is not in it, you are naive. You are just naive. They are all in it to turn Nigeria into Islamic country. If not for God that has brought Trump in this time we live in, by now you can't even imagine what will be happening now. People will be running away from their homes because now it's like, oh my goodness. So they're very serious. And you ask yourself, why, if Tinubu government, if he's not part of it, why are they not going after them? The sponsors, the financiers, they all know the name. They're in the government. And that brother who spoke before, he said something. He said, I don't know what he said, like to arm them because he's in the United States, himself, in the America. He said for them, I think he showed a gun. You see the gun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But so he said they should legislate it so that everybody will have to defend themselves. Well, they're not going to do it because the same terrorists, the same jihadists, the same Islamic who will legislate it, they are the one pushing the agenda, and they know that when you are armed, you'll be able to defend themselves. So that will hamper their agenda. So it's not going to happen. The state police. Okay, somebody talked about state police. At least that would have even been a start. Because when you have state police, simply means that Yorubas will police their Yoruba land. Biafra will police Biafra land. But they don't want that. Because anything that will become obstacle or hindrance, anything that will slow them down from achieving the agenda of Islamizing the entire Nigeria, they will come against it because they are the one ruling Nigeria. Most people think that they are the one ruling Nigeria. So Tinubu is in agreement with them. Ask yourself, why is it that they will not allow state police? If they don't allow state police, so dividing or referendum or any, they will not allow none of this. It's only, iron sharpens iron, except something stronger that is going to stop them. Otherwise, nothing is going to stop them. So obviously, I don't know. I tend to forget some of the things I want to say, but I just want to tell you. I just want to tell you, my brother, these people, there's no stopping them at all. They are all in it as we speak now. Yeah, hey, bro, sorry. Before I forget, you didn't hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. I can hear you. Just
you didn't hear me, so my voice will come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's this thing they are training. They are training. They call it forest guard. They're well armed with automatic rifles, hundreds and thousands of them. Make you try put eyes, make we know, because where they go, thousands of them. So they call it Nigeria National Forest Guard, and the people training them are the Fulanis. So they say it's national. Where are they going to be used? Where are they going to be deployed? And how were they recruited? These are questions. These politicians, I don't know, somebody line they open, they disturb for background. But anyway, so Okocha, my point is, where do they recruit this about 7,000 of Fulanis? People, see, they happen for that country. People, they sleep, then go wake up, water don't pass their garage. Hello?
Yeah,
Hello,
I can hear
Okocha?
you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Yeah,
It
you
seems
hear
your
what I
network
talk
is
about the
bad.
forest guy that? Yeah.
Yeah.
My network is a little bit bad.
I've done investigation about that. I will use it to do video.
Yes,
Okay.
make our eyes there for ground, because trust me, these people that mean bad. Oh, thank you so much. God bless. Bye.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Okay. It seems we are having a bad network with Mr. Christian. All right. Our next guest, Mr. Chris. Mr. Chris, you are welcome. Before we go to Amoto Kun.
All right, Okocha, Mr. Okocha, how are you, sir?
I'm fine, sir. Good evening, sir. Thanks for joining us, sir.
Yes, it's good to join you in this very important forum. I mean, you've been you've been doing very great, every time, and that's why I was compelled to join you this evening, because sometimes you need people to, to talk with, with all the important things you're bringing from our homeland. You've been doing a great job, and I applaud you for that. And again, this is a very important topics, which is one of those things that you have engaged in, doing. You've done a lot of research with Nigerian problems, particularly the Islamization agenda in Nigeria. And if there's anyone to applaud, is you, because you've been bringing in so many things, and I know you have a lot of followers, because of you dig deep to all these problems. But the issue right here is that we do a lot of talking. We come up with different opinions in addressing concerns about this religious dominance and how to promote coexistence in Nigeria. We've done all these things in the past. I believe everything that we're talking about to be a solution has been in play for over a long time in Nigeria, and none is working. We try to strengthen a secular governance, even though that is only on this Tinubu administration we hear about Muslim ticket, and that is where things begin to come up, and that's why the insecurity in Nigeria exploded. And little did we know that is just an agenda, is part of the discussion around it, and that is why Tinubu was made a president. But be that as it may, with God that lives, because God does not expect any one of us to carry arm or to kill to get to him. He fights for us, and he decided to fight for himself, and that's why America is in today. And I don't want us to be thinking about getting guns, security, state police, and all that. Those are no solutions.
Okay.
My solution, which can be able to solve this problem, but then it's going to be very tough.
Okay. What could that be?
The solution I'm expecting with America coming in, and I believe that is the only way they are going to complete the agenda of not only eradicating the terrorists, is also to put some demarcations.
But the plans of the US is a very long-term plan.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. First of all, eradicate all these foreigners that came from somewhere. And to bring a final solution is to give me my Biafra, give other people, give other ethnic people to govern themselves. We do not know, we don't need this Nigeria. The smaller we are, the better countries we all become and save and be a better neighbors to each other. Okay? If a terrorist that calls himself is a Muslim wants to come and Islamize me in Biafra, he will be dead. You get it? Because he cannot cross, I mean, he will cross the Rubicon. He cannot even get to the gate, even to the border, before he's eliminated. You get me? So this is just a simple solution. We don't need to be discussing about how diversity and this and that. That is crazy. We've gone through this for many years. Do we want to talk about rule of law? We are in Nigeria. Leave all these things. Do we want to talk about to promote interface dialogue? We've done all these things. Everything we are talking about tonight is nothing new to Nigeria. We've gone through all this. You know what I'm saying? So these people need, and that's why they are holding to everybody, all ethnic group, as if it's impossible for us to go in our separate ways. Even though they are talking about referendum and all, there's a reason for all that. So we shouldn't. We as ethnic groups of this country called Nigeria should do something. And thank God, America is the end. I know this is one of the solution they have, and that could be their last plan. To bring solution to all this, recklessness and rascalities of these people coming from. I don't know where they are from. So who fight for their God? We don't have to. It's our God that will fight for us. So the only solution, my brother, is just we go our separate ways. I've always believed that the smaller this country is broken into pieces, the better for everybody, and that's the only way we can enjoy ourselves. And be a good neighbor to each other. Thank you. I don't want to go.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chris Mwa Ogu.
That's
I really
correct.
appreciate you joining us this evening.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. All right. Let us switch to Amotokun. Amotekun. Please pardon me.
No problem, sir. Yeah, Mr. Marcel, I think I really appreciate you. I've been listening to you for a while, and sometimes I wonder how you manage to get your information because they seems to be mostly accurate. So I just said, okay, today I will just join. Let me just make my own contribution too. Probably, maybe one of these days, after following you too, maybe I will start joining you in this type of campaign to let our people know the truth.
And I will appreciate that. If you don't mind, are you a member of Amotokun? Is that how you pronounce it?
I know Amotekun. I'm not a member. I'm
Okay.
I'm just an ordinary Nigerian.
Okay.
But I just like I'm using the name and the logo figuratively, so it's like a metaphor. Yeah. So now, so the thing is this. I think when I was listening to you like about, I think 3 or 4 days ago, I wish I agree. If anybody thinks this Union Nigeria can work, I think we may be deceiving ourselves, to be honest. Because when we look at this country, we have 3 major tribes. Even without these jihadist people, the country, even with the 3 major groups, ethnic group, we are not going to work. Because number one, if you see most countries that are stable, they are majorly, you understand, they are majorly, they have one ethnic group that is dominant, maybe around 70 to 80%. So why others are so? But when we have 3 major ethnic group already, it's even a problem to start with. But when we have another group that now believe that you must do whatever they want you to do, that want to dominate, and they are bringing religion to you, and you have to, and along the line, they are trying to unlive people just to make sure that they comply. I don't think is something that is good. So to me personally, I think it might not necessarily be total solution, because the black race too, we still have to fight. But I think what works for Nigeria now is for us to disintegrate. Let everybody go his or our own way. That's what works for us now. Because see, I know my people very well. We are if we stay together, we will be infiltrated. Like you rightly said sometimes ago, that in next 1,000 years, before you know, here, if someone should reincarnate, you might just come back to Nigeria and find out that there's no more Christian in Nigeria.
I'm telling
Because
you.
they will infiltrate us in such a way that we in the South especially will be doing political correctness till these people get into us. And it's going to be a very sad situation. And as we can see already, this global campaign, Islamization global campaign, we can see that as we speak today, even United Kingdom is in trouble.
Yeah.
United Kingdom is in trouble.
Yeah.
So
big one.
So before you know, France and many of those European countries, they're in trouble. So these guys, they are not going to stop. They will keep pushing for this the idea, and I don't think is something we should entertain. Trying to change regime will not will not do anything, because and then America that is trying to help to America is in Nigeria for their interest, because America is one of those reasons that the terrorism in Nigeria is far advanced as we have it now. Because this guy,
the Obama Democrats,
exactly, these guys should have helped Goodluck Jonathan to stop this nonsense, but they didn't support Goodluck Jonathan, and they even helped bring Buhari into government. And Buhari was one of the worst mistakes that country has ever made. And we are going to live with this for a very long time. So, to me, I keep thinking sometimes that by the time if we are to reincarnate in the next 1,000 years, are we going to find a black person? Because the African soul is for grabbing. It's like everybody wants a soul. And as it is now, I cannot really see any defense mechanism for Africa. Because if these people, if they don't want us, they will just clear us, find one way or the other. And I think this is one of the way they are using. So to me, at least for us to know peace now, I will have to agree with you that we have to disintegrate. But I have one crazy idea, but I don't know whether it works. And it's going to be like temporary. Assuming the entire citizen of the country, we are tired. I said, okay, we want to shut down. We don't want to go for work. We want to stay at home until we resolve this insecurity. And we want a situation whereby under the government or coordinated by each local government council and the state, that we want to stay at home, organize ourselves for self-defense, and we want to get into our bush and clear these people out. Meanwhile, the Air Force must be willing to lead ahead, and some identified people within the state, we have to be identified. Whether you want to give to OPC in Southwest, whether you want to give Asari Dokumbo and his people in the South, whatever you want to do within your region, to say, okay, government is like this, we are seeing this thing as business as usual for you guys. You only care about politics, you only care about your self-interest, but now we want to shut down, we are not going for work, we want to clear these guys out of our boundary. I know it's a crazy idea and almost impossible. I'm just trying to think because I'm totally tired. I'm mentally shut down.
I understand. I understand. I understand what you are saying, sir. It's just that this idea that we've got to conquer people has infiltrated a lot of people. Okay, has infiltrated a lot of people to the extent that if you bring out these good ideas to the public, so these people will shut it down. They will shut it down. A lot of I used to speak to people in the in Abuja. There, most politicians, I have conversations with them. At a time, sometimes I will bring out some things. They will tell you that it seems that you don't understand. It will not work. These are the people in the House of Rep. If you bring out this idea, it will be the one to tell you it's not going to work. All right. I was talking about okay, when my senator, Ned Nwoko, there was a bill he was trying to, skate through to arm everyone, especially the reasonable people. This is the way he put it, that at least let them start giving people gun, let people have right to carry gun, but you will go to bring a psychological, all those things, medical fitness, and also. So I was trying to call people, please, this bill, you people should help out. It was one senator that told me that whether it's a public, there is a, whether it's a public something, something that said, no, that thing cannot work. You understand? So they just shut it down and it's gone forever. So when you bring out good ideas, these people owns, like the system is corrupt. They have pocketed the system. That is the problem. They pocketed the system. So when you bring out good ideas like this, they'll be laughing at you like this man doesn't understand the country. And that is why you see them looting, because these people believe that Nigeria is not going to work. They believe that, honestly, that Nigeria is not going to work. So it is we that are fighting, trying to think that these people are there to make Nigeria work, but they themselves that are there, they know that this country will not work. Okay, just imagine, have you seen president treating himself in Nigeria? And what does that tell to the country you are ruling? If you can't treat yourself in the country, we should think loud. Like we should think wide and speak loud. So if the president is not treating himself in Nigeria, senior president can go to Nigeria hospital. These people don't believe in Nigeria. Like Tinubu said in 1999 that he don't believe in one Nigeria. He knows what he was talking about. He was honest. So,
yeah,
my brother,
but I'm surprised that it's Tinubu, because to me, I'm a Yoruba guy, and the only reason I'm supporting Tinubu, I thought, okay, when you care, once it comes that okay, you are going to give state police, you are going to do all those things you said. My hope was was into the roof, thinking that okay, if Tinubu can just be the end of Nigeria, if Tinubu can just be the end of Nigeria, I don't mind. But unfortunately, the man I used to know seems to be sleeping. He seems to be sleeping. Because I heard of that state police, but over time I was looking like, why? What is stopping this man?
The people who owns Nigeria. I'm sorry, sir. The people who owns Nigeria will not allow it to work. People always focus on Aso Rock. Aso Rock is not the seat of power in Nigeria. There is a cabal. I'm not talking about Tinubu's cabinet. There is a cabal that owns Nigeria. You understand?
Yeah.
This cabal, they own helicopter. They own, they own private jet that are mining gold. Nigeria don't benefit from gold and many solid minerals. These people own these solid minerals. Nobody asks them anything. Who told Tinubu to write off NNPC debt?
Imagine
I'm coming out with a video. See, these people owns Nigeria. President can't do anything without like they can tell Tinubu, stop this. He will stop it instant. Nigeria has been sold out, brother. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Joining
I'll be
us.
following in the background. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Yeah. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, we are on to Dandenton. After Dandenton, before we come to Rose, Mr. Dandenton.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Marcel.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Thanks for joining us.
I watch all your program virtually. The first thing I woke up, because I don't live in Nigeria.
Okay.
I live in Canada. And we in diaspora, we are 10 times more concerned than people in Nigeria. It's like they don't see what we are seeing. Because when you tell the average Nigerian that this is what is happening, they'll tell you, oh, it's not as bad as you're making it sound. I said, really? I said, but the family of those that are being kidnapped, being killed, if you ask them, their story is different from what you are saying. I'm from Delta State. I'm from Agbo. I just say call our senator. But I was born in southwestern part of Nigeria, which is Ibadan. Just few days ago, they said, oh, few of my friends that went to Nigeria, oh, everywhere is good. In Ibadan, few days ago, 5 people were killed. The same terrorists went there and did XYZ. Then I began to call people and say that if people say that these people are not around, that they cannot get to Lagos, they cannot. I said, see, the earlier we wake up to the reality of what is happening, the better for all of us. Everybody contribution is good. But what we pay Nigeria is what happened in 1991 in USSR. Let everybody break away and manage their resources. It's as simple as that. Because if Nigeria is not a nation, because any what makes a nation, they have same value, they have one common language. We don't have one common language. Nigeria is a country whereby certain people believe that the Igbo can never become a president in Nigeria, and they'll be talking it with their full chest. Why?
And it is valid to what is happening tomorrow. Sorry to cut you short. Yesterday, I made a video when Babada Ahmed was talking about his ambition to becoming president. I was saying that Babada Ahmed understood that P2B is going to be a vice presidential candidate to Atiku. A lot of people were saying, Okocha, why are you saying that? Today, now, boom! Then the Momodu was there. Atiku sent him to say that P2B is number 2, that Atiku is number 1. So these are the things that people fail to understand.
So, like I said, the country needs to break. Like, we can have one unilateral passport like EU, but let every country, I don't know how many countries it will break into. Maybe it's the 3, maybe outside, so that people that want to do their Sharia, let them go ahead and face their Sharia, 100%. Nobody's asking them not to do whatever they want to do. I watched the video you posted this morning and the man said, let them come and try it in Saudi Arabia. Let's see how they will last. Let them come to Dubai. Let's see how they will last. That means for this thing to continue up to this point, there are some forces that are hell-bent that if this thing is not achieved, we will not rest.
You understand?
That is the point. So no matter how much we address it, today they kill 30 bandits here, tomorrow they bomb their warehouse there, the next morning they destroy the ammunition there. Those are just fragments of the agenda that these people have. They have stash of billions. Start somewhere that any ammunition you destroy today, they will buy it tomorrow. How come some section of the country can carry weapon, whereas some people, when they speak alone, they are committing treason? What did Sunday Igboho did? Nothing. He's fighting for Yoruba nation. It's as simple as that. Now, people are now shouting that, oh, I was watching Dr. Ruben Abati this morning. I have so much respect for him. He's a seasoned journalist. That's where Sunday Igboho. Sunday Igboho left Nigeria because Buhari placed wanted ban on him. He cannot come to Nigeria. Now, they believe that his kinsman, which is Tinubu, is there. He will remove the ban. Maybe they've called that if you dare remove the ban on this man, you are doomed. Now, this is over 2 years, now going to 3 years that he's in president. They cannot even remove the ban on Sunday Igboho because that guy, what he's doing in Southwest is amazing. Even the Fulani fear him. But they've called him that if you dare remove the ban, just let this guy remain in exile. Let him be sneaking in and sneaking out the way he's doing. That's all we want. So how do we continue this marriage that is not favoring anybody? Because if you continue like this, because whoever says it has a big mouth. Now, this is, and we have lived in this country for 2 decades. and counting. I've seen if we don't want any politician, he will leave there the next day.
Yeah.
The next day, the former mayor of Toronto, John Tory, it was alleged, nobody was there. The secretary just came out that they were having an affair. That's it. The next day they said, okay, he should leave. And he said he wanted to grandstand. People went and buy egg, raw egg. They started throwing it in his office. In his resignation letter, he left. That's how he left. Today. Who do we have there now? Is a Chinese descendant. He came here when he was 15. Her name is Oliver Chow. Is the current mayor of Toronto, the fourth largest city, not by population, in North America. Because this is country that works. My brother, don't be. They are here too. Don't let us lie to each other. They are here. Those people. They are here. Few days ago, I was driving. This is how you identify them. You will see small children that say they are fleeing death from other countries that they welcome, and on their T-shirt you see the logo of a gun. I was driving on the street. I saw a car that is being emblem with a gun, and I tried to peep into. I saw the guy wearing turban. I said, "This is one of them."
In which state in US is that?
No, this is Canada. It's Toronto.
Oh, Canada. Okay.
Yeah, they are everywhere. Don't let us lie to each other. These people are everywhere. I'm telling you, they are everywhere. Look at what happened in Switzerland on Wash Night Day during the crossover night. England is finished.
Yeah.
Don't let us deceive each other. Paris is a ticking time bomb. Now, the only fear that these people have is America.
Exactly.
The only fear. And if you look at Israel very well, they don't have foot soldiers. They can only throw missiles from the air. They don't have real foot soldiers. America have foot soldiers, and they have space. That is why the Westerners and people, we call them interest, they will use America as weapon, like military prowess. They will not use Europeans in terms of finance for check and balances. For look at the country being run by French colonies. Look at how they are suffering. And Tinubu now went and partner again with the same people that some countries want to flee from.
It's unfortunate, my brother.
The most painful thing is that just before I exit, so that I give other people to speak, is that can President Trump move out of America today and say he's coming to Nigeria for medical treatment? Is it possible? These are things that we should question ourselves. How do we have president that the last 8 years of her tenure, he was going to England? This one, in the last 3 years, is going to France. Now, the question is it that they don't have money to build a world-class hospital? Put it in your house. Let them come and treat you. Is that too hard to do?
They don't believe in Nigeria.
They don't believe in Nigeria. When we say these people say that, he's a strategist, I said, I'm not against his strategy. But the thing is that
they don't believe.
They don't believe in the country. If you believe in the country, you will put your country together. All their children are schooling abroad. They know that Europe is cast. Some of them will go to Carleton University, you go to University of Ottawa, you go to U of T. They are there.
I was before you go. I was speaking with one of my friends from Israel yesterday, and we were talking a lot of problems from around the world. We were just discussing things happening globally, and we started talking about the issue of Nigeria. And he was touching so many things I never knew he can even pinpoint. Yes. So, and we discussed up to the point of people not believing in Nigeria. What we are saying now is what I was telling him, that from Buhari 2015 till now, that the Nigerian presidents don't used to treat themselves in Nigeria. And he was trying to tell me, are you people just stupid or what? Like, do they hypnotize you people? Like, what are you people doing about it? I said, see, this is beyond, hypnotizing people, because what I'm seeing in Nigeria now, whether we are under duress or under charm, under spell. There is a spell that has been cast on us. People can't react. People can. ISWAP woke up last week and said every Christian must pay with their blood unless you
Blood.
convert to Islam and die.
And
Up
nobody
to
said anything
today,
about it.
no protest, no pastor is even talking. No. Pastors are not talking, nothing was ever. Like, sometimes I say, what is wrong? What is
My brother,
actually wrong?
my brother,
My brother,
the pastor is as complicit and worse than the politician. Any Christian can come and attack me for this because they are complicit too. Because they believe that they have private jet, they can get out of the country, and which is true, they do, and they have a lot of influence, and they have money in their pocket. They can leave at any time. After all, their children are not in Nigeria.
It's all right, my brother.
Thank you very much for your time. I do appreciate what you do, and God bless you for all you do.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dandente. I really appreciate it.
No,
sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do fast to be able to finish up everything. All right, sir. Mr. Kesh, you can unmute yourself. Thanks for joining us.
All right. Good evening, Mr. Okocha.
Good evening, sir. I really appreciate you joining us this evening.
All right. This is just my contribution. You see, let me start by saying I'm a Christian. Then this is it now. Okay. We have some people that believe in Islam, and they say that because of their belief, they are ready to push an agenda to prove that they believe in Islam, and they're going to kill other human beings just to prove that they believe in Islam and in their Sharia. So they're going to push their agenda no matter what. Now, evil prevails when good men do nothing. You are a Christian. I see what you're doing. What you are doing is a proof that you believe in your whatever you believe. So you are going against them. Now, there are other Christians in Nigeria that are just sitting there and folding their hands, and they're waiting for Jesus Christ to come down from heaven and save them. They don't believe in the Christianity that they say they believe in. If you believe in your Christianity, what are you doing with your belief? That is my own. Yes, because these people that are enforcing this Sharia globally, they believe, and they are putting money into it. They are putting time, they are putting energy, they are strategizing, they are doing. Okay, a Christian, and you believe in your Christianity. What are you doing with your Christianity? What energy are you putting to make sure that it is your own that we, because at the end of the day, it's a tug of war. Both sides are dragging. It is the side that with the bigger strength, that's the side that will win. If everybody just wait like this, Donald Trump does not do anything, guy, Tinubu will take over this place. Not be seen this Islamic that will take over. But if you say that you believe, you better start doing something with that your belief. Doing something with their belief. So it is just back to my first statement. It said, evil prevails when good men do nothing. So all the good men that claim to be good men, you should start doing something to prove that they believe in this, their Christianity. If not, these guys with their Sharia law, they are pushing, and they are pushing fast, and they want to take over. Simple. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kesh. I think nothing but the truth. So this is a very, global problem. And as you just said, these people are pushing. They don't have plan to stop anytime soon. That is just it. Thank you so much for joining us. All right. Let us go to Mr. Obono. Mr. Obono, you can mute yourself, and as you can see, we are coming to the end of the program. So I said, let me bring you the last time. Maybe you have a lot of things to say. I don't know. Good evening. Thanks for joining us.
I was wondering if you're going to let me to the show.
Here is a public opinion platform. I always let people in. Okay. How do you let people in? All right.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm still here in Nnewi, and we're having a good time.
All right. Okay. This is a traditional woman from Kwara State, and they call it Isese, if I'm right. So she was approached, and they were forcing her. She's a traditionalist. They were forcing her to convert to Islam, of which she didn't, and they burned her houses and threatened to kill her. And as I speak to you, the people who carried out this, heinous crime have not been apprehended by the law enforcement agency. So, is this still a spiritual problem, Mr. Bondo?
You see, Mr. Marcel, as much as we laugh, the way you raise your eyebrows, this is a spiritual problem. And my condolences goes to the woman and her family. This is someone that died, and we should be sorry, that the world has gotten to where it is today. But Marcel, what I'm saying to you is that jihadism.
We are under duress.
Yes, jihadism. That's is jihadism or Islamization of the world is something that is bettered from Christianity. This is where I'm attacking this debate from. I'm saying
it's not a debate. I am saying that these people, look at what they are doing.
Yes, and I'm saying that what I'm trying to get you to understand, Marcel, is that the reason why Islam has decided to conquer the world is because Christianity did it before them, and the Muslim is saying that Christians are they are invaders, that they invaded the world, and they are saying, okay, that since the Christians invaded the world and took over the land, that why can't they do it?
Okay, so are you legalizing the works of these extremists?
I'm not legalizing the words of the extremists. What they're doing is bad. But I'm saying that in order for us to have some kind of pari passu with these people, we need to enter into another mindset.
All right. ISWAP just said that they are going to kill you. How will you react to that?
ISWAP has not said they will kill me. You see?
They said they will kill you because you are not an Islamic extremist. This is what they said. As far as you are in Nigeria, you are a Nigerian and you are part of the system. They said that you will pay with your blood, and this is what they said last week. And they have killed up to more than 300 to say since they made this statement. So you are a soft target as I speak to you. What are you going to do?
Wrong, Marcel. Let me tell you something. And like for me, really, these things are very, 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 very deep issues, because where I'm headed to with this, my ideology and what I'm saying to the people.
No, I just asked you a question.
What will I do?
They are going to kill you. What are
Yes.
you going to do? I didn't say
I am going to, I am not, because I'm not an extremist. I'm not a Christian extremist. So what I will do is, to save my life, I am going to bow to the God of the Muslim. I'm going to say, you know what? I mean, you got me. I will say, yes, Allahu Akbar. It's not biggie.
Okay. Now I understand you. You have been beating around the bush. You've never gone this far. No, calm down. You've never gone this far to letting us know that you are going to succumb to the extremists. So now I know.
But hold on, let me tell you something. Yes, and that's me saying the truth, because guess what? Christianity did this some time ago to my ancestors. They said, become Christian or die. And my ancestors say, you know what? If my ancestors didn't agree to become Christian, I probably would not be here talking with you.
Okay, so I understand, just as I said, I understand your, what you can do now. I understand the point because actually you've proven to me now that if what's going to worse, if they approach you, you will just succumb. I think this is a personal belief. This is a personal opinion. This is a personal something. So it has not to do with anybody. I'm not like, not that I'm not against you succumbing to these extremists or even joining them, even though you even carry gun and join them, be singing and Akuba. So I will not say you shouldn't, because it is your choice. You are an adult, but it's only the repercussion that you are still going to receive a note. All right, Mr.
Really,
Of course, whatever you sow, you reap.
Hold on, let me tell you something before we close this channel, before we close up. I want to say something to you, my friend. You see, because right now the Muslim have not reached here that I am. There is still an opportunity for us to meet with Islamic radicalization. You see, and their plan to conquer the world. And for me, really, is for we as people in this part of the world to begin our journey to exiting Christianity. We need a new religion, because in this religion we can create a mindset that can militarize the people, because Christianity doesn't militarize the people. Christianity keeps people docile for the jihadis to have it easy. So if we have a new religion that says, you know what, we're going to fight, you see, then the game changes. But when the military has a section that has a church, and they have a section that has a mosque, it's only a matter of time before the entire military is fully Islam. You see, so what I'm saying is we need military training that is not Christian based.
It's all right, Mr. Obono.
I love you, but Mr. Marcel, I love you. But I tell you that if we don't change this religion, I'm going to do Allahu Akbar to protect my children. And I'll be educating them in the house on what I truly believe. Because I have to put up the front, because I gotta eat. I gotta live,
Okay, Mr. Bondo, I've heard you, and I've heard
Thank
you
you
very
so
well
much.
and so loud.
I love you. Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Mr.
All
Bondo.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yeah.
Sometimes it's very important for you to get and understand what people believe in, okay? And as I speak to you, you know that there was a time that Lakurawa terrorists were offering $1 million, which is about $650, just for people to convert to believing in what they believe. So you can see that this issue of people converting to Islam and radical Islam, you see, a lot of people just have the mindset, not only Obono, a lot of people still have the mindset that if they come to me, I will convert. It's if what's going to work. But for me, that is not a way to go. That is not a way to go. Because like this opposed to normal conscience. You understand? So it has no place at all. Look at what is happening in places where these people are ruling. Look at Yemen. Look at Afghanistan. Look at now, Iranians are standing up. But if we allow this thing to continue in Nigeria, Nigeria may not have opportunity to rise up. And this is where we are going to call it a day. All right. This is already 10:43 Nigerian time. I really want to appreciate everyone for joining this live broadcast. See, people need to be, people need to be sensitized. I saw some comments. People were even asking, where did Iswap say convert or die? I said, wow, it means that people are not in Nigeria. People are not even hearing news. People are not following Iswap on Telegram. People don't know Iswap have social media platform. If they attack the video, they post it. Like these people are dreaming. Like when I was telling them, that in Benue State that there are up to 500,000 Christians in IDP camp. They said, Okocha, shut up with your propaganda. It took US rep member to visit Nigeria to find out there are 600,000 plus. So where is the lie? Do you get it? Now, when I told people that it was 500,000, a lot of people were saying exaggeration, propaganda. Like, are you not in Nigeria? What stops you from visiting the IDP camp? No, what stops you from go to Taraba now, go to Adamawa, visit these IDP camps. Don't wait for people to come and tell you on social media, this is this, and you said, no, it's not true. Like, it doesn't make sense. Anyway, it is what it is. I really appreciate everyone for joining me tonight. Do well to join us tomorrow again and have a wonderful night rest. Thank you.